So I know I said back in, I guess it was October, I said there would be no more live streams for the winter. Well, today I was bored, and as you can see, it's a beautiful day out. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do a live stream. So here I am, back by popular demand, maybe. But anyway, yeah, so I'm back for another live stream. And I'm not going to say that this will be the last one for the season, because there's a high probability, knowing me and how random I do things, there'll probably be more throughout the winter. So scrap the last live stream where I said it would be the last one, because I'm going to continue doing some live streams when the weather's good, of course. But I'm going to try to do them through the winter, because I do enjoy doing them. And there's really no reason why I can't do them other than the cold weather, which if it's too cold, I just won't live stream. But yeah, here I am. And we're doing the usual route tonight. I'm going to try to get back home before it gets too dark, but I don't know, we'll see. I've been out in the dark before. It seems to be, hasn't been any problems, knock on wood. But yeah, so back by popular demand. And yeah, so I don't know if you guys have been watching the channel lately. For those of you who are watching this live stream, I'm sure you have. But for those of you who've been watching the channel lately, there's been a lot of changes at the channel. I created a new YouTube Shorts channel exclusively for shorts, so there's no more shorts posted on Simonian Video Productions. However, I did try and post a short a couple weeks ago on Simonian Video Productions, and basically what happened, like before, is it screwed up my long form content so bad. It shrunk the views by 50% on my long form videos. So I said, okay, that's it. I tried with the shorts on Simonian Video Productions. No more shorts, because they just destroy the videos. And so I've decided I'm not going to do shorts anymore on this channel. But I did give it a try to see what would happen. But obviously it didn't go so well. So yeah. But I wanted to get back into the live streaming. It's been a while since I've done it. So, and I've been kind of sitting there with itchy feet saying I want to stream again. So here we are. And yeah, but for those of you who haven't seen some of the changes to the channel, there will be a lot more videos being uploaded daily, sometimes multiple times a day, regular uploads on my channel. And I'm trying really hard to reach that 4,000 watch hour threshold to get monetized. That's my goal for 2026. That's my New Year's resolution, if you want to call it that, to get monetized. I don't know if I'll be able to get monetized before 2026, but that's what I'm aiming for, something close to that. So there's going to be a lot more video uploads in the future. I'm going to start with some new niches. So there's going to be snow removal coming in the winter. There's also Aerofly flight simulator gameplay. So for those of you who like flight simulator gameplay, there's lots on my channel, so be sure to check all that out when you get a chance. But yeah, views on my videos likewise have been very good because of more regular uploads and more videos on the channel. But the last couple of days, I've got a freaking dip in views like crazy. I don't know what the hell happened. It's YouTube's algorithm hard at work. But I had a dip in views like crazy. I went from 40 to 100 views. Now I'm lucky if I get fucking 5 views. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Kind of pissing me off. That's one thing about YouTube that is very volatile, is the algorithm and the views. So views are up, views are down, and when they get down, it's kind of hard to stay motivated, but I'm trying my best. But yeah, the last couple of videos, they've been way down. I don't know why, so whatever, just keep posting. Consistency is king when it comes to YouTube. If you're not consistent, you'll never last on the platform. So that's kind of what I've been doing, uploading multiple videos a day, and I've created a whole separate channel for shorts, as I said earlier. So I think that's a big part of, the transition that I've been working on this close to the end of the year, is just eliminating shorts completely from my main channel and creating a secondary channel for them. And so far it's proved to be very effective. And for a lot of creators, I would encourage them strongly to not post shorts and videos on the same channel, because it never works. And I'm living proof of that. Anybody who tries to post videos and shorts on the same channel will suffer the consequences. You will see a massive dip in your long form viewership and a massive dip in your viewer engagement. So, warning to all those, don't use shorts too much if you want to get monetized, because shorts will destroy your engagement. They'll destroy the amount of people coming to watch your long form video. So be careful with shorts. Approach with caution. Anyway, Ontario Fire Buff, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Back by popular demand, I guess you would say. But it's been almost a month since my last live stream, and I wasn't going to do any for the winter, but you know what? We're here and we've got a great fall day in Guelph. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hello, we got lots of people in the chat. You know, this is what I like about live, is I can actively talk to the chat and welcome everybody to the stream. So for those of you who are tuning in, thank you for tuning in, and I hope everybody's having a good day. What have you guys been up to today? Today was kind of a quiet day for me. I did some video editing and not too much. Yesterday I had to put up Christmas lights. Is it already freezing over? No, actually it's not. The weather is actually quite good today, so I'm pleasantly surprised about that. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Can I run? Yes, I can run, but I'm not gonna run. There's really no need to run. But maybe next time. Maybe I'll do a stream where I run the whole stream. We'll see. I doubt it though. I can only run, I was only good at short distance running. I could never do long distance running. That was my area. I was a really good sprinter. I actually won a lot of first place medals in sprinting when I was in school and in high school. So I was a pretty good runner in my day. Where is this? This is Guelph, Ontario in Canada. Fucking yappy dog. Anyway, this is Guelph, Ontario, Canada. And it's about 3:40, 4 o'clock here. So it's the sun's starting to go down, as you can kind of see. But we have no snow on the ground. We did last week, but we have no snow this week. Where are you located? What country are you guys watching from? I've had people on these streams all the way from the Philippines. I've had people from India. I've had people from China join my streams. Oh, joining from India. Nice. Victorious. Whereabouts in India are you located? Are you located in Delhi, or are you located in another city? Victoria. Is that, I'm going to guess that's either BC or Australia. Is there a Victoria in Australia? I think there is. There's one in BC though. I know. Oh, Mumbai. Mumbai. That's a big city, isn't it? That's like a really big city. I know Delhi is the capital of India. And I think Mumbai's in the south, isn't it? BC, yeah. So Vancouver Island, Victoria, BC. And I think that's the capital of BC, Victoria. Vancouver Island, I'd like to see Vancouver Island one day. Like, that's probably the only part of BC I'd really want to see, is Vancouver Island. It really looks nice. Yes, very much like a province. And I know there's a lot of industry in Mumbai. Mumbai, all those big cities, you know, even in, I had someone watch from Shanghai once, and I know Shanghai's got a lot of industry, and a lot of those big cities across the world do. Iran, oh wow, my dad's from Iran. Whereabouts in Iran are you? Are you in Tehran? Are you in Isfahan? Whereabouts are you located? See, this is what I like about live. We have people from all over the world joining, and it's really fascinating to hear about their countries and where they're from, and I like that. I really enjoy. So have you been up north? I have, the farthest north I've been is Northern Ontario. Oh, you're near Tehran, okay. Well, that's nice. The farthest north I've been is Northern Ontario. I haven't been to Nunavut or the Yukon. I think it'd be cool. Oh, Karaj, I know where that is. Yeah, that's not far from Tehran. Yeah, I know Karaj. I've heard of that city before. But yeah, I'd like to go to Nunavut. I think it'd be pretty cool to see. Likewise, Yukon would also be pretty cool to see. But the farthest north I've been is Northern Ontario, to a city called Wawa. What happened with the camera quality? Well, I'm streaming this on an iPhone, an old iPhone at that, so the camera quality might be patchy, so apologies for that. And also, I'm outside, so might be some bad data. But for those of you who are having trouble with the camera quality, or maybe even audio quality, I apologize about that. But we are outside, and these are some of the inevitable difficulties that we'll have to deal with. So yeah, I'm just going for a walk. So I'm right now on the main street of my city, which is Wellington Street. It's basically a highway. The actual name is Highway 24. So yeah, I actually would like to get an iPhone SE first generation because it has gold plate on the back. I had an iPhone SE, the small version, but I don't use it anymore. So yeah, I have an iPhone 7, which in today's times is an ancient phone. The iPhone 7 is an ancient phone, but it works good, and you know what? I'm gonna keep it. As long as it works for me, I'm keeping it. I use Rogers, and usually Rogers is pretty good. I don't have much bad to say about it, but sometimes it's shit, but not usually. Usually it's pretty good. But they were having internet outages for a long time, Rogers was, so that was a bit of an issue. That was more of a summer problem, the internet outages. Haven't had any lately. And when the internet outages did happen, they didn't affect me. Oh, you used to work for Rogers? Well, my uncle works for Bell, so, but I'm not with Bell, I'm with Rogers. I had a friend with an Apple Watch. I mean, the Apple Watches are kind of cool, but I will say, at least this is my point of view, like, you have a phone and now you have a watch that basically serve the same purpose. Because you can do certain things on an Apple Watch that you can do on a cell phone. I mean, it's kind of cool, like you can take calls from the watch and stuff like that. So it's kind of a novelty thing. I wouldn't want it, but it's certainly something unique, that's for sure. And I think Samsung has something like an Apple Watch as well, so I guess it's a pretty popular thing. So while I was talking and reading the chat, I almost got hit by a car and I didn't even realize it. So the dangers of live streaming in public. Your dad is from Iran, and my mom is from Toronto, Canada, and my dad is from Iran. He was born in Tehran, and I am from Canada. I was born in a city called Hamilton, and I've been raised in Guelph, the city I'm in now. My dad has one of his Apple Watch Ultra 3. Is that like a new version, or is that kind of old? I would imagine it's probably pretty new. How long has the Apple Watch even been out for? It's probably been out for, what, 4 or 5 years at least. Calgary, here you're heading to Timmy's. Well, there's a Timmy's right there. Actually, you literally timed that so perfectly. It's the new one. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, this phone works pretty good for me. I really don't want to have to get a new phone because this one, I'm so happy with it and I'm so used to it. I don't like the idea of having to get a new phone. But if it happens and I have to get one, I guess I will. But I like the iPhone 7, and I've had this phone for 6 years, and knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with it. So I really don't want to have to transition to a new phone. They make a phone that's similar to the iPhone 7, but it's got more modern software. It's the same size, it's the same shape and design, but it's just got more modern software. I forget what it's called though. If you guys know what that phone is called, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah. Yeah, we're out here walking, and I'm reading the chat, and I'm looking up. So I gotta be careful with Are there many Indians there? I know they are in Brampton and Mississauga, and there are towns in BC. There's a fairly large Indian population in Guelph, and it is steadily getting larger as the years go by. And they work a lot of the factory jobs. They do a lot of the delivery driving work. They do a lot of the Tim Hortons have Indian workers. So yeah, there's quite a lot. There's more than there was 5 years ago. So, by the way, if you see a Toyota Supra, tell me, because I love those cars. Well, if I see a Toyota Supra, I will let you know. I haven't seen many. I don't really see too many Toyota Supras. But I will show you something that is kind of cool and related to my channel. Check that out. Guelph Fire Department Spare Pump 9. So, for those of you who like fire trucks and airplanes, if you like airplanes, there's two things: fire trucks and airplanes. And there's also tons of Miatas in BC. Oh, is there? That's pretty cool. Well, the weather is pretty good there too, so I don't think it snows much in Vancouver Island, at least. I know parts of BC, like further east, I think they snow a bit more, but I know you go further west if there's less snow. Sometimes you never know if people are going to stop, so gotta watch here. Nice. Yeah, it is nice. I'm happy to be doing the live streams. I've been I took a little bit of a leave of absence from the live streams. I wasn't going to do any for the whole winter, but that's a long time when you think about it. So there's really no reason why I can't do them. So you know what? Just do it, And that's how YouTube works. With YouTube, if you get an idea, just do it. Just film it. Don't put it off. Just do it and see how it goes. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, I've been doing YouTube 3 years, and I've had many failures, but I still keep going because I enjoy it so much. You're inspiring. Maybe I will also start live streaming while I'm walking, but in a park. I would encourage it because it's so easy. That's the thing with YouTube. It's so easy to get on YouTube and just start live streaming. And if you have a phone and you have the capabilities to do it, you should do it. And live streams are a good way to build watch time. They're a good way to build engagement. And I don't know about you, but I find them very fun. So, also, have you heard of the Aviation Museum in Sydney, BC? No, I have not. We have an aviation museum in Hamilton, and I've been to it. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I've been there a couple times, but never the one in Sydney, BC. If I'm ever out there, I'll have to check it out. I see you are walking on a sidewalk. That's good, but when you're crossing the road, just focus on the road. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I like to read the chats just because, but I will do that. I should do that because I can always scroll back and look at the chats later. So I will focus more on crossing because I don't want to get hit. And in Guelph, I don't know about where you guys live, but in Guelph, the drivers are bad enough as it is. So you really have to be on the ball. So you really have to be on the ball. I've seen a lot of Boeing 747s in my life, but only a video because sadly they are retired. I've had the privilege of filming a 747 twice. One was a cargo version and one was a passenger version. So I've been lucky enough to see them, but they are hard to find now and they're getting harder. There's a Cybertruck for those of you guys who like Cybertrucks. Anyway, yeah, I've filmed them twice. And you can check out those videos on my YouTube channel, on my aviation playlist. You can see some of the videos I filmed of 747s if you're interested. But they are getting harder to find. And unfortunately, most of the mainline operators are slowly retiring them and they're switching over to a lot of cargo service. So, pause for a minute to read the chat when you are back on the sidewalk. Then you can start walking again. All right, I'll do that. I think I'll do that. I think that's probably a good idea. By the way, did you hear about the FedEx crash that happened last year? or this year, FedEx crash. I heard about a UPS crash, and that was in Louisville, and that crash was involving an MD-11, and unfortunately all the crew on that flight passed away. I actually just saw a news story on that particular UPS incident, and what happened was the engine fell off of the wing and it caused the plane to spiral out of control and crash. So I did see that, and yeah, it sounds like at this point it's going to be, sounds like it could be caused by fatigue on the engine mounts. But that's the UPS incident. A FedEx incident I'm not sure about. Maybe you mean the UPS incident, or maybe I haven't heard about it. But how is Saskatchewan? Have you been there? No, but from what I've heard about it, Saskatchewan is very barren. There's a lot of flat land out there, and that's where the majority of Canada's wheat deposits come from, is Saskatchewan. So there's a lot of wheat out there, there's a lot of farming, but it's very flat and open. And I know it gets very cold in the winter. And because it's so flat, they get really strong winds and blowing snow. So, but I'd go to Saskatchewan. I think it'd be cool to see. There's a lot of places in Canada that would be neat to see. Whether or not I ever get there, that's a whole nother story. But I've been to the States and Michigan and Florida and places like that. I like them places too. What about Quebec? Yes, I've been to Quebec. I've been to Quebec City and Montreal. Montreal I didn't like. Quebec City I liked. Montreal was kind of rough around the edges, let's just say that. At least the parts I saw. I wasn't too crazy about Montreal, but Quebec City is beautiful. It's a very old city. There's a lot of history there, a lot of neat architecture, so it's really somewhere to see, and it's right on the St. Lawrence River, so that's also pretty cool. And I was in Quebec City for about a week, and it was a school trip, and we went to Quebec City for the week, and yeah, so that was a good experience. That was my first major getaway, was Quebec City, and that was when I was 13. I did that trip. So Quebec, if you're ever in Canada, definitely go to Quebec, because it's certainly something to see. How different is Canada and the US? Well, we are different in so many ways. Canada generally is more expensive. It's much more expensive to live here. The population is significantly smaller in Canada. But like the US is a big country. It's a lot cheaper to live there depending on what part of the country you live in. And in terms of like shopping and buying things, there's a large selection in the US, whereas in Canada we don't have the same selection and the same buying power that the US does. I don't think that crash was FedEx. I think it was UPS. Yeah, that's the only one I've heard of, was UPS. And again, that one was in Louisville, Kentucky. And unfortunately, all the crew members and some people on the ground passed away in that incident. But yeah, you have to be careful. And you know, there's a good reason as to why you should always make sure your planes are airworthy and safe, because it's very easy for things to go wrong on planes, especially when they're being worked so hard. So I see we're down to one viewer, and I've been doing this for about 24 minutes. Oh yeah, that was the one. Wasn't FedEx. Oh, that's okay. I make those mistakes all the time. It's all good. Yeah, it was UPS. UPS was the airline. No, you're not. We all make mistakes, and it doesn't really matter. It's no big deal. I've always, you know, kind of said things by mistake and then had to correct them. It's all good. That's life. One, so that's me. I guess either that or, okay, now my viewers are 6. So I was at 6, or I was at 1, now I'm at 6. And we'll see how it looks. Now we're down to 2. It's fluctuating. It's going up and down. It's kind of cool to see. But yeah, these live streams usually get pretty good views, and I enjoy doing them. And like I said, we get people from all over the world who join the streams, so it's really neat to see where you guys are from and talk to you and get an idea of what's going on in your world. And I hope these live streams bring you some joy and some happiness in the chaotic society that we live in. But yeah, we're still at 2. We've got 1 like, so thank you to that person who liked the stream. I always appreciate that. So yeah, so I should have done a live